Hey guys, thanks for going on this nerd journey with me. If you want your episodes ad-free, go to makemeanerd.com/join and hit that button.
Hooked on you, baby, you're golden. Time moves, I never noticed. Just can't get enough. Got me wonderstruck.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Make Me a Nerd. I'm Mandy Kaplan, a mainstream mom whose mission it is to explore the world of nerd culture that I've been missing out of and afraid of my whole life. There is no one I would rather nerd out with, although I don't consider my guest to be a nerd. But I'm very, very, very excited to talk to him about a little show, a tiny show called The Last Kingdom. And in order to do this, I have brought Matt Boren onto my podcast. Who is Matt Boren, you ask? I'll tell you. He's a true multi-hyphenate talent whose career spans film, television, and publishing. As an actor, he first made waves in the indie world with Mama's Man. Please tell us where this is streaming. It is so freaking good. It was an acclaimed festival favorite before bringing sharp comedic presence to hit series like How I Met Your Mother. Behind the camera, Boren has built a rich career as a television writer, crafting stories with both wit and heart. And as an author, which we're going to talk about, he has distinguished himself with vivid, character-driven works, including the beloved epistolary novel Folded Notes from High School, Tinaka Jones, Tinica. Say it.
Tinica.
Tinica Jones, Brackish
Tanaka,
Waters.
Tinica, and Tinica. I like it. I mean,
they're sisters.
They're all great.
They're triplets. It's like a remake of Charmed. And his latest Audible original, Minister of Loneliness. Whether on screen or on the page, Boren carries an optimism and curiosity that infuse all of his work, marking him as a singular storyteller with range, depth, and undeniable charm. But his greatest accomplishment is taking me to my senior prom. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Boren, Framingham's own.
Mandy
Kaplan. It's a podcast. You have to talk. He's miming and dancing.
I'm doing mimes and dancing. Sorry, all you ear listeners out there.
Yes.
I was doing the sort of cheering thing you do with clasped hands. Yay, Mandy Kaplan! Yay, Mandy Kaplan!
Yeah.
I love Mandy Kaplan.
Well, who doesn't?
Well, I have for a long time. That's a long time to care about somebody. That's like, I'm not trying to say my age here, but since I'm 14 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
14. I was such a cradle robber. But we're not here to discuss our high school love, as scandalous as it was. We are here to discuss Last Kingdom, which is on Netflix, even though I didn't know that and I rented an episode on Amazon. Don't do that, people. Don't fall for that. It's on Netflix. So if you had to elevator pitch Last Kingdom to somebody who's like, what is that? What is this show you're so into? Matt Boren, please elevator pitch.
I'm going to give you the elevator pitch. And first, I want to caveat that by saying I think I am a nerd, and I think I always have been a nerd. If nerd, and I didn't research the definition before this podcast, but I think it means to me, it means someone like super obsessed with something, but it could be, no?
Yes, I think through this journey, we are learning that, but you and I are nerdy about the same things, musicals and comedies and Waiting for Guffman. So we're not, you can't nerd-educate me about those things. So I'm looking for a bunch of Vikings murdering each other every episode.
I got you. So this is really out wit, outplay, and out nerd.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Let's use that. Pete, make that my new tagline.
I was going to say, someone in marketing, get on that. Okay.
Yeah.
So to answer your elevator pitch question, as someone much, much smarter than me about these shows, and I want one more caveat, just because it's a great word for the day, is that I am no quotationist. You know those people who quote movie lines all the time and TV show? I don't know one. You can.
Okay. I can.
Yeah, you can. You're very good at that. I don't remember from my favorite things in the world. I don't remember. The only things I ever remember are lines from General Hospital in the mid-'80s.
As you should.
So The Last Kingdom elevator pitch, as someone much smarter than me once said, this whole series is a real lesson in unity winning out against isolationism. And within this, the drama's central question of the show is Uhtred, our main character, a
Yeah.
Saxon or a Dane? Is it Thor's hammer? Is it, take two, is it Thor's hammer or Bebenberg's amber?
Yeah, but to me, who only cares about housewives and football, that doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. So what the show is like a battle over land and race and culture.
Yes.
When is it set even? The
So, well,
1200s?
let me give
It's all
you.
Vikings and
It's Vikings,
swords
Vikings, and
and furs and large helmets and stuff.
there's a lot of sword slinging. Um, if you're, and I hope this doesn't sound too graphic, but if you're not into like beheading, this ain't for you. Now, I will say, and I am not into it, but I know. So I'll give you the origin story in a second, but let me my origin story around
Yeah.
this kind of fair, if you will.
Bloody,
But
bloody,
yeah.
lots of heads. Yeah.
So yes, this takes place in there's a place in it called Northumbria, which upon research is now known as Northern England.
Okay.
Okay, so Northumbria, a big character, big set piece of the Last Kingdom is, and I actually wrote this down, is
Is it fair to say it's like Game of Thrones without the dragons and the mystical element?
okay, so what a great segue. And I'm not talking about the thing you ride with a helmet. Okay, so the segue that you just beautifully gave me was I never in my entire life was a world building fan of anything. Like, in fact, all of the kids I knew, not all of them, but a lot of them played Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
And now looking back, I'm very envious that I didn't get in on that game with them.
Yeah.
Because I have become obsessed with these world building shows. So the first one that cracked it all wide open was Game of Thrones, which is important to know that I did not watch an episode until at least 7 years after it went off the air.
Okay.
Or however long
it's
it's
been.
been.
Yeah.
I just watched it last summer.
Okay. Thank you for the
whole
specifics.
Thing,
what were
many
you wearing when you watched it?
A fur, a horned helmet.
A codpiece, I assume.
And I was painted in blood.
Yes. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, because it's like going to the Eras tour.
Yeah.
But it's the Vikings.
And your friendship bracelets. Your codpiece and your friendship bracelets.
Yes, but the friendship bracelets didn't say, like, welcome to New York. They said things like Northumbria or bust. Are you a Dane or a Saxon?
2 minutes in, every man must be prepared to die. I wrote ... fun.
What?
What?
That's a good ...
So I know you so well, and I know your sensibility. What is it about Game of Thrones and the show?
Where's the connective tissue?
Yeah, because you are a pop culture, light, funny, parody person, and so this is like I must have in my extensive notes. Not really. I must have written, I still can't believe Matt likes this. Matt, why do you like this? Matt, why did you choose this? I'm shocked.
Well, first of all, I just want to go back about 2 sentences. You called me a parody person, and I do not like to think of myself as a bird. Parody.
A parrot. Yeah.
So that's a soft.
We call that a way homer.
Okay then. How did I get here? It's the question of my life. I do not know. All I know is that because of Game of Thrones, once I finally got into it, I realized that it was my favorite form of writing that I do came from my obsession in the 80s with General Hospital. I love soap opera. I love towns and people and family members that you didn't know.
And betrayals.
And an aunt who comes along that you didn't know existed, but then she takes the A story and drags it out into a great caper. Anyway, that's what I realized Game of Thrones was. Just made for much more money and a lot more sort of gruesome
Mhm.
killings. In the soaps, it's more arsenic
Yeah.
and pushing people off of cliffs.
Yes.
This
God
really
love it.
goes for the jugular.
Okay, well I get that connection now. Thank you. If because these are all soap operas with all of
Yeah,
those same elements. And uh in even going so far as to say so is Real Housewives or anything like that. It's,
100%.
so okay, I get that. Now, in your writing, you've never written anything in another time period. I mean, like the Folded Notes from high school was 90s,
Yeah,
your childhood,
yeah.
but could you imagine writing something?
No, no. As I don't think I would go back further than the 80s.
Yeah.
If you're getting to horse and buggies or past
Yeah.
that, as my
Yeah.
friend Jessica Golden would say, like I tap out
Yeah.
creatively. But I have discovered that, and I think it's probably because of what you're bringing up, because I write, and my love affair with comedy is so rich and uh, legendary in my own mind.
Yes.
Um, it,
And my
I
mother's. Go ahead.
eh, loud laugh alert! Loud laugh alert! I have a very loud laugh, listeners. So I I think I am writing so much these days that I don't tend to I don't tend toward comedy to cool down. I I tend toward this stuff. It's because it has nothing to do with what I would ever write.
Okay. But your writing has changed so dramatically, and I've read everything you've
Yeah,
written,
you
and you have
have.
a new piece on Audible called Minister of Loneliness. Coming from a guy who wrote about high school drama and sassy people with their own way of communicating, this is such a more mature, grounded, emotional, insightful piece. Can you tell everybody what Minister of Loneliness is and the absolute mega movie stars you got to read for Audible?
First of all, thank you. Really, that is such a sweet and generous introduction to Minister of Loneliness. Minister of Loneliness is my new Audible original that just has came out September 18th. Uh, it stars Minnie Driver and Billy Crudup.
Hmm.
It's a two-hander, and I will just say about them that I wrote the part of Julia Fletcher for Minnie Driver, praying that she would say yes, she did. And once that fate was sealed, the number one person on my dream list for the guy who plays opposite her, Henry Hall, was Billy Crudup. And um, fun story that no one knows is that Billy was not at first available for this. So
And he doesn't know how to read, famously.
Billy, if you're listening,
Illiterate. Yeah.
that's just a joke. Um, he's a great reader. Um, and he wasn't available, and we were, pulling up our boots to go to who might be next, who might be next. And by the time we decided who might be next, he made himself available because
Oh,
he had loved the piece so much, which was so incredibly flattering. Anyway, the two of them together were incredible, and it was, as Minnie has said, on some promotional things she's done for it, it really was like doing a play
yes.
over Zoom. So
Yes.
that was, which by the way, I'm sure people are used to doing plays over Zoom ever since the couple of years we all lost and we learned how to
Yep.
use computers. Anyhow,
But it's,
Minister, yes,
I'm sorry, it's so internal. And I think a lot of what you've written has been character and plot. And uh, the Audible book, Brackish Waters, which
yeah,
as you know, I freaking love, is hilarious. It's a comedy about a woman at her wit's end trying to plan a family vacation that keeps going wrong.
yeah,
This is about people in real existential crisis. And
yeah,
it was, but also funny, very, very funny at times, as you are. But it explored their real senses of loss of way and loss of purpose, and uh Can you talk about
Yes.
why you decided to do that this time?
This might sound trite. I didn't decide it. It decided me. I was reading a book called, I believe it's called Do Nothing. I would put it in the self-help category.
Mhm.
And the closest thing I can relate it to is like 4 hour work week. Essentially, this book is written about how we're all, at least in the States, super overworked and overstimulated and overed.
Mhm.
And I don't remember exactly what page I got to. Was it within the first 20 pages? But there was one piece in this book, like 3 lines that said, and because of all of this, everyone being so overwrought, um, the Parliament in England was sensible enough to institute a minister of loneliness to oversee the rising epidemic of loneliness that is occurring because of everyone feeling so overwhelmed,
That's a
which
real thing, the Minister of Loneliness?
it's a real thing.
I thought you made it up.
So I read that line.
Yeah,
I've never finished the book because I threw the book across the room
right, and started
and,
typing.
and went, oh my God. And then Julia and Henry started talking to me.
Oh,
And
wow.
I spent the next sleepless 72 hours writing the full treatment of the piece up and
Yeah.
presenting it to my editor. And it was a go. It came to what the reason it resonated so much with me, just those 3 words. Uh, First of all, it's such beautiful 3 words, minister of loneliness. It
Yeah.
means so many things all at the same time. And it's how I feel. This book is if there was ever like a if ever I planted a flag in the ground of how I'm feeling and have felt in recent memory, it's this book.
Mhm.
And I I feel all of the things both of the characters
Yes.
feel and talked about, and yeah. And so to your point, I think Minister of Lonely, look, I'm not gonna. I'm writing another comedy right now, and it feels really good to do that very intentionally, to just be stupid and silly
Yeah,
and light, you know?
that's
It,
look, preaching to the choir, that's all I do.
yeah.
Silly,
No,
stupid,
no,
light.
that is not.
It's
I
no,
said,
it's
yeah,
true. But that is why I am creative, is for those things. I just
right.
but so to tie this back into Last Kingdom, which is what we are here to talk about,
Yeah,
it's interesting that you went through this time in your life where you were like, I want to dig in. I want to explore these things that I haven't because I've been writing Brackish Waters and
yeah,
Golden Notes from high school.
yeah.
So maybe this is a shift in you,
That's
and
interesting.
I don't live near you. I don't talk to you as much as I used to. So I was shocked when I saw the violence and the depth
Yeah.
of rage and anger in this show. I couldn't believe you liked it, but maybe, in your middle age, forgive the phrase, you are ready to explore these things and accept that they are part of who we are.
Well, that is again beautifully said. That's exactly what it is. Because I am a really, like, forget I'm a nonviolent person. I am a nonviolent person, but I hate. I do not like watching violence.
Yes, I
Um,
know.
so I think because Game of Thrones really expanded my mind, and for some weird reason, the violence became secondary or thirdary, whatever. It became more background than what was at the forefront, which are these really deep Shakespearean and Greek stories about family and brotherhood and sisterhood and enemy lines and the why and how connected. I know we're talking about Last Kingdom, so I'll keep it on that. Last Kingdom is, to your earlier point, it's a fight over land and religion and namesake, and it's all what's happening right now. So
Yep.
in the world around us, the world that I work so hard to bubble myself off from
Hmm.
and cut the cords to, and I am getting better and better and better at that because otherwise I'm in a proper clinical depression.
Yeah.
But that is the world we live in, and the themes that our Last Kingdom talks about have not changed over all these years. And I think for me, art has always been my way of digesting the realities of life. It's
Mm-hmm.
just it's like my first stop in understanding something. I can
Mm-hmm.
watch The Last Kingdom and understand these big discussions
Right.
much more than I could if I were to just read a history book about, who got what land and why.
Right. It makes total sense. So the pilot, the plot line is this. Abducted by a Viking warlord after his father is slain in battle, young Uhtred adopts the Norse way of life until tragedy befalls his new family. And that becomes very apparent. Matthew McFadden is in the opening of the pilot, and I'm sure he's in flashback after that, but he does not make it beyond this
Right. And
pilot.
and by the way, if you're a fan of Succession, Mandy, are you a fan of Succession?
Not particularly, but I've seen it and I know who he is
Okay,
from
so we
that.
could have done today about Succession because that's
Yes.
another soap opera,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
you
but
could.
they're all potty mouth. I can't watch it.
Oh wow, I
Too
didn't know
many
you got so
swears.
Pollyanna.
Too many swears.
Is that true? That's impossible to believe. That's
On
a.
Succession? Yeah.
Oh
Ugh.
really? Okay.
Yeah. The opening credits are Everything I Fear, War, Castles, Geography, and based on the novels by. I was like, uh-oh. Those
Based
are
on
not
the novel.
those are not Mandy topics. So I think I
You mean
had to.
because it wasn't Judy Bloom or
Right.
Hey
Yeah.
Jude? Yeah.
There was no, I'll be there. Like, I mean,
Where's the fountain?
yes.
Yeah.
So I I think I had to approach it from the soap opera point of view, trying to follow the story and forget how knee deep in history and bloodshed we were going to get. And I think I needed to just say, let me track who these characters are, try to figure out how they're related. They're all white and they all have heavy, heavy accents and it's hard to follow, but I did my best. I will say
Well,
that.
I'm very impressed that you did your best because it's very complex and confusing. And especially as someone, as I've said, who's not a quotationist,
Yes.
I sort of absorb these kinds of things much more for the overall bigger questions and themes than I
Mm-hmm.
do for the this character and that character. It's way too heady. It becomes a video game or a
Yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons.
it's
It's not.
endless. And
My
the world
brain doesn't
building,
get that.
yeah, the world building, to be clear, is beautiful. And this is a high budget, exquisite show. They
Yeah.
went all out on every level. Um, and I had to watch it with subtitles because I couldn't understand a lot of these
Yeah,
people.
I think I went back and forth on that. Yeah.
So I wrote, I feel strongly that Elfrek, but I never would have known that was his name. I feel strongly that Elfrek is going to betray the king at some point. Am I right? And then I wrote, damn, right after I typed this, he said, if my brother falls in battle, the boy must fall. So he was ready to kill his nephew to be the next in line for the throne, right?
That's right. A
Oh,
little bit of Game of Thrones.
yeah.
By the way, you mentioned a name. That's the first thing I fell in love with this show are the names, both the names of the places and of the people. I mean, you're talking about Bebenberg, you're talking about Northumbria, you're talking about Uhtred, and then
That's the
he
lead
becomes
character, Uhtred.
Uhtred. His name is Uhtred, and then he's Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Now,
Yes.
if anyone listening who knows me well, know I love saying stuff over and over, like beating a dead horse over and over. I like weird words and funny sounds. And like, there's a show on Amazon called The Wheel of Time, and the only thing I know about that show, having watched a couple of seasons, is that someone works for the Aes Sedai.
Yes, I know. I watched it for this podcast.
Okay, wow,
Yeah, smell me. I'm a bigger nerd than you are.
you just out nerded me. So you know about the Aes Sedai.
I do. Yeah, I very much do. Much better looking cast on Wheel of Time. Good Lord, they're all supermodels, right?
Oh, on Wheel of Time, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
Oof.
like a Gap ad or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they are hot.
Yeah, it's an
Um,
early. It feels like a CW show, but anyway, in regards to that, but they're great.
well, they this show just has battle after battle after battle. It's just, I mean, it's
The the,
crazy. The
the
body
show
count
itself
is
is battle worn.
high.
Yes.
Yes. So at one point they are just glaring at each other on opposite sides of the gym, and you hear, "Oh, did I make you
You almost
spit
made me
take?"
do a spit take.
Oh, that's my
You
goal,
almost had me.
everybody. I'm dying to make him spit take because he, like a guest on a talk show host, he's drinking his water from a mug, and
Yeah.
he's
Coffee from a
he's
mug,
got this
water from a water bottle.
he's got this down,
I got
people.
it down.
Yeah, but so they were glaring at each other from opposite sides of the battlefield, and the battle hadn't started yet. And I was like,
Yes.
I'm typing, "Oh God, they look so angry. What's gonna happen?" Like it is simmering with just rage and violent, base instincts.
Yes.
It's hard to watch for me. That makes me very tense and scared and upset.
I understand. And
And everyone you get attached to, everyone dies. So you're like, "Oh, that guy seems really nice, and look, he helped that guy off his horse, and now he's dead."
and because if you help you know what they say, if you help someone off a horse,
It's like a save the cat situation.
it's your time is a ticking. Now the thing is, and I want to explain this, and this is coming from the most honest place. I hate it too. That violence.
I
It's
know.
I look away a lot watching
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
A lot.
And then do you just, as you're watching, you're like, "I guess that character's dead because they have not been in an episode in a while."
Right.
But I missed when a sword went through their throat.
Oh, I missed a lot of the deaths. A lot
Yeah.
of the deaths. And to your point, yeah, I would just by the time season 5 rolled around, I was like, it's been a season and a half since I've seen them.
Yeah.
I think they're they didn't make it to Northumbria.
Let's just say that. They went to a nice family farm where there was more land and other animals for them to play with.
Let's just say this. They didn't enter the gates of Ethelwich.
I wrote, "It is so violent. Is this some sick, long con for something I did to you in high school?" That you made me watch
let me
this.
think about that for
Right?
a second. Let me
Right?
take a beat.
You said I could keep that sweater.
You got the role of Maria instead of me. I mean,
Oh, funny you should bring that up. Do you want to talk about that? That I played
Sure.
Maria in high school?
and I played Baby John. Yes, you did play Maria, and you. Can we talk about this?
Dyed my hair for the role.
You were fantastic. One day, Mandy was, as you see her now, and as you probably know her, blonde, and she got the role of Maria. And she came in the next day, and she was a brunette.
Sprayed.
And it was. I used a piece of that in my book, Folded Notes from High School. That the character dies.
Did
the
not
character
name a character
dyes her
after
hair
me.
to do.
No character named after me.
The character dyes her hair to really. I mean, this was like just when rehearsals were starting, so you were channeling.
I was doing like Puerto Rican like me, so I wanted to experience the world as a brunette and see if I got treated differently.
And do you recall? Did you?
No. But we are way off topic. But yes,
I thought
it's all. I mean, I won't say it anymore. Can't believe you can watch the violence, but you're saying you can't watch it all.
And are you understanding? And I don't mean this in a wrist slappy way. Are you understanding? Move the violence over here, and the sort of historical nature of the show, and the fiction or not, the history lessons it's imparting.
Yeah, I wrote, "Why do people care so much about their damn land?" It was just
that's been one of my biggest. I mean, this is going to open a can of worms that we probably don't want to open, because our brains, I can speak for both of them, having studied both of our brains for many a year.
Yes.
They don't operate with land ownership. Like that's not part of, but a lot of people do. And I am, someone told me that religion has a lot to do. All religions, all of them, under the huge big circus tent of religions. One of the big themes is my land.
Yeah. And it does make sense, of course. Your land gives you a way to survive and, keep your people safe and give them resources. And I do understand.
Sure.
But all the talk of this is our land, so we're going to cut off all of your heads. It was just a bit much for some land,
I
I
know,
felt.
I
You
know,
just
and
want to teach them all sharing is caring.
and
Get
don't you
along.
get devastated in the scenes where the enemy goes into an innocent village and just torches it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah,
again, I posit that that's what's happening right now,
of course.
and in so many places. So it's good versus evil. It's very Vader Skywalker,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Nerd.
and yeah, that's my only reference from Star Wars. Unfortunately, I can say Jabba the Hutt.
Okay. You can. It's a free. This is a
I
safe
can say
space for that.
Ewok. Actually, oh god, that's a whole other thing. I'm Mandalorian. I can say a lot of things. Yep.
Um,
Baby
did you
Yodes.
notice my screen name, Mando Calrissian? Uh,
Oh, Mando.
so
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, I looked up if this was historically accurate. And what AI says is that it is historically inspired and it
Yes.
features many real historical figures and events, but that the plot is entirely made up.
Yes.
So I do like that kind of historical fiction. You hear about
Yes.
a battle between the Saxons and the Danes, and you're like, yeah, that really happened. So
Right.
now I feel like this is all real. It raises the stakes for me because it's rooted in real history, which I like.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And it is rooted, but it's a wobbly root.
Okay. I like
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all the characters are just made up. They're,
Yeah.
or perhaps they said like King Alfred the Great is in the show and he was real, but we don't know, you know, anything
Right.
about him. So it's all
And
fictionalized.
to me, in my creative soap opera brain, these things are very real. Like there has to be an Uhtred son of Uhtred. I think the dragons are probably real in Game of Thrones. I don't think
Is
the
that your,
dragons are. I don't
yeah.
know if they are. They might
Is
be.
that your ride? I hear a train in the background.
No, that's my dragon
Ah. Ooh, nice.
over here.
Um, I said, I must admit, it is very unpredictable in a great way. Sometimes when I watch things, I can feel like where they're going, but oh my God, why did that lady want Ragnar to kill her? What the fuck?
It's one of the bigger questions.
Right?
Um,
She
yeah,
she like goes over and is like, come on, just kill me, get it over
yeah.
with. But I wasn't clear. I was like, why? You have such
I
nice
mean,
hair. Like, what are you doing?
right. I would think that it's life doesn't seem very good in this era.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's just can we bow out now? Can you bow me out now?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't think there was any thought that it was going to get better. It just was bleak
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
whole
it's not a
thing,
time I would want to live in.
right. The whole thing was so bleak. There is a moment in the beginning when who do they kill? The kid, they teach a lesson to a kid, right?
They teach
He
a lesson to a
taunts the
kid.
Vikings and they're like, let's teach him a lesson. So they chop his head off and they present it to the king to be like, na 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 na,
Oh
we chopped
yeah,
this kid's head off. And then at the end, Uhtred brings a
son of
head
Uhtred. Yeah.
and he's like,
Well,
haha. And that was really as horrifying as it is to look at. Great book ending of that pilot. Excuse me. Great, like bringing it all back around because the pilot spans 20 years or
yes,
maybe 15.
yeah. He goes from
Uhtred
child.
is a
Uhtred
child
becomes
in the beginning. He's 10 or 11. And then he becomes the guy who marries Allison Williams. Did you know that?
yes,
Okay.
IRL in real life. Yes,
Yeah.
I did know that, and I wanted to say that to your point, head for head. It's the old expression, an eye for an eye and a head for the head. But
Yeah.
I don't think the second part was in that. But yeah, that I think that is what compelled me so much to continue watching the show was that pilot. You know, some pilots really work for certain people. This one really did for me because again, I was viewing this through the lens of I can't believe the world that we all live in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Still, that it's
Mm-hmm.
such a violent world out there, and it's so um, complex and confusing to me. I don't make any bones about understanding it quite literally at all. I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand it. So but what I do understand is humanity and the lack thereof. And to see a child seeing all of that trauma and experiencing all of that trauma, it is no surprise, fast forward in 1 hour's time, to who he is as an adult, carrying by sword all of that trauma on his back
Mm-hmm.
and wanting to avenge
Yeah.
those who haunted his history.
Yes. And
And
that's how you do it in that world.
that's how you do it in that world.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of like talking uh, talking things out.
No. Yeah. Well, actually, in the last episode, there was.
Yes.
So maybe they
You're
had
right. There was.
embraced some language in the art of negotiation by the end, rather
That's a
than
great.
just battle.
That's a great point. You're right. You're right. They had graduated to some what felt like the beginning stages of let's sit at the table together.
Diplomacy. Yeah.
Diplomacy.
I like big words.
You're good with those words.
Hey, thanks. So the pilot was really spectacularly done, but very tough to watch. Just the subject matter is so tough. And then I was scared I wouldn't understand what was going on, because then you said watch season 3, episode 10.
I did
And
say that.
that wiki logline is, as a climactic battle with the Danes draws near, untested Edward faces dire decisions about the fates of Uhtred, Wessex, and England.
Mm.
And truth be told, it felt just like the pilot. Like these stories to me are like all part and parcel. It's like
Hey, I want to give you some credit. I want to say congratulations. You just found the Zelda key of soap opera.
yeah,
It is the same episode.
yeah,
It
yep,
is all repeating itself, and that is
right.
what is so incredibly satisfying and lulling about the soap format.
Mm,
Is there'll be twists and turns, and a new person will be dangling off the balcony or whatever the case is, or stealing the diamonds.
right.
But there will always be diamonds stolen. Once
Okay.
every cycle, diamonds will get lifted. There will be that heist.
Do you still watch soap operas?
I'll always tune into General Hospital just because
Is it still on?
It is still on.
Like on TV, on like
It is on
terrestrial, like
ABC.
ABC?
It is extraterrestrial.
Mm-hmm.
It is still on, and it has been on since 1963.
Oh my gosh.
And I will absolutely go back in, especially when my friend Finola Hughes' episodes are on, because I will always my favorite character of fiction is the character of Anna Devane from General Hospital. So
She's still on the show.
and still kicking ass. She's
Wow.
vacillates between being a WSB agent, which is the World Security Bureau,
Of
and
course.
the chief of police.
Oh,
But either way, she's getting the bad guys.
nice. Wow. I had no idea it was still on. I thought they all went by the wayside, which was sad because it's such a wonderful form of entertainment. So I'm glad to know that. Are there
Right.
others? Like All My Children is gone, right?
There are very few. So they're on CBS. You still have Bold and the Beautiful and The Young and the Restless, and they brought on a new soap opera for the first time in about 20 years called The Gates
Okay.
on CBS. So CBS has 3. ABC has 1, General Hospital, and NBC turned over the reins of Days of Our Lives to Peacock, to their streaming network.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a and it's no surprise. I mean, if we're talking content, it's interesting. That's why something like The Last Kingdom, for me at least, I mean, it went 5 seasons. I think they're doing an offshoot of it, if not
Okay. There was a
if not
movie.
bringing. Right, I saw the movie.
Okay.
And I think they're bringing back. I think because they built a world here, it's very hard to break through in
Mhm.
any form of content now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no surprise to me that the soaps are fewer and fewer. There's so much to watch. And to your point, the Real Housewives became the new daytime soaps.
Well, and Beyond the Gates was the original name of the Real Housewives.
Is that right?
Yeah. Do you want to know? maybe we could
That
do a nerdication in reverse about the housewives. Yeah.
that might be the name of the new CBS show, Beyond the Gates. If it's not, it was that, and then they changed it to the Gates, and I bet it's because of what you just said.
Yeah, probably.
That would be some version of interpolating, a word I really like.
And you say it so well.
Interpolating.
Claire, could you look that up for me, sweetie? Thanks.
Yeah.
So
And
it gets
Claire,
very
I have
hot
a
in the
couple of
studio.
words
So
Claire,
yeah.
how are you?
Uh,
How are you?
so this episode starts with a massive fire that kills Thara. Is that how you say her name? Sadie
Yeah,
Sink.
Farah.
She's not actually Sadie Sink, but she reminds me of Sadie Sink.
Oh, you're
And
doing doppelgangers, yeah.
Yeah, she dies in a very disturbing, upsetting way. It's all heavy and dark. I wrote, is there ever a let up or any levity in this series?
Oh, so you missed the season that got nominated for Best Comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah, I
whole
did.
season. They dedicated 10
Like
episodes.
The Bear is a comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. The Bear, hilarious.
Yep.
So many laughs. But yeah, no, the Last Kingdom missed out on the laughter. There were not a lot of laughs in there. I think they attempted it when it would be Uhtred, son of Uhtred, and his friends. You know, he had his group. They were the Monkeys or the Beatles or the Three Musketeers.
The
And
monkeys.
yeah, they Mickey
God.
Dolenz. That's my Mickey Dolenz reference for the day. So
Yep.
they I think when they were, you know, drinking beer at the local pub in Ethelwich or wherever they might be,
Mm-hmm.
I think they were trying to crack some jokes, but it's hard to find a laugh in that kind of world.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
It's like because they're
it's
fresh
funny.
off killing
Yeah,
dozens of people, and then they want to joke around with their ales, and it's hard to.
you know, and I think, and I don't know if they knew about IPA, but here's what I'll say. I was reminded. I forgot this. One of the reasons this was the thing I wanted to bring to Make Me a Nerd is that if I recall correctly, you love the movie the Princess Bride.
Love.
Okay, Marriage. But this is You Kill My Father, Not Prepared to Die
Mm-hmm.
on very dark steroids.
Yes. Yeah. And over and over. But
And only.
so I didn't say this, but in the first episode, some guy was like in a cloak and there was fire everywhere. And I wrote, ooh, now he's like Andre the Giant as the Dread Pirate Roberts.
You were making the connection. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this episode starts focusing on Edward, who is king, prince. What is he?
King.
He's king, but he looks like he's our kid's age. And it was so shocking, and it makes you stop and take stock. Casey can't decide what to have for breakfast. And King Edward, who is a teenager, is deciding the fate of his people. Every time he speaks, he has these life and death situations.
Mm,
And I found that so interesting. He was very young, right?
yes.
I-
It's interesting. It's diabolical. It is the way that whole world operated forever. There are some places that still operate that way to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
There are some countries in this 2025 world that there's no age restriction.
Right. They have a 10-year-old king or a 4-year-old king. It's bananas. I'll say it. And those countries can come at me on social media at Mandy
Go at her.
Kaplan
Don't come at-
Clavens
Yeah.
on Instagram. If you want to at me, that's fine. Like, why is a 16-year-old in charge of this country? And he's, he's a very good actor. I didn't write his name down because why give him credit?
He didn't even have his driver's license.
Right? I mean, it's just insane to think of the pressure on this kid. But he does make it through because he's in season 5. So
he does make it through, and different times call for different measures. I mean, yes, he didn't have his driver's license. Then again, there probably weren't cars. I'm no historian.
Allegedly.
Hey, allegedly. Don't at me.
Yeah.
Ford and Tesla. I don't know. And I can imagine that 16 was like 7 years past the drinking age, if not 16 years past.
They drink. Yeah.
You can
Right?
drink as a toddler, right? Back then?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah. They,
A
we have a
king.
lot figured out now, but we also have not
No,
come very
nothing.
far.
No. Listen, I really wanted it to make it known that as a someone who is not a quotationist, I can't guide you into anything here except for the emotional reward of the Last Kingdom, the surprising visuals, and the historical fiction and the soap opera of it all.
Yeah.
It is what appeals to me. I know a few things. Ethelwich, Bebbanburg, Northumbria, Uhtred, son of Uhtred, and I could make up a bunch of other things that half your listeners would believe were on the show.
Sure. Yep.
I'll think of some.
The skibbities. So
Mug and
this
brush,
episode ends with, "My name is Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Destiny is all."
Yeah,
and
right.
I wrote, well, that feels like a series finale. Do you know if they didn't know if they were getting more episodes? It felt like.
And
boom,
everyone
that's it.
thought it was a series finale.
Felt like it.
Yeah, and you know what? That's actually it was a good note to writers.
Mhm.
Like, you know what? Go for it. Go for series finale level story. And if you continue to get picked up, you just have to go bigger.
Yeah. Well,
Or
we could
break
debate
through
that
more.
privately, but
Okay.
about the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
We have one episode left, but before we do that episode, I'm going to tell everybody my business. Buckle up. Make Me a Nerd is a production of True Story FM, engineering by the peerless Pete Wright. My theme song is Wonderstruck by Jane and the Boy. You can get me on socials at Mandy_Kaplan_Clavens on Instagram. And now I'm on TikTok at Mandy Miscast. If you like what you hear, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and write a review. It helps more people find the podcast and helps me grow this thing. And if you're feeling extra supportive, please go to makemeanerd.com/join, and hitting that join button will get you your episodes ad-free and early and help me keep the lights on. Episode 10 of season 5. Are we ready? Armies converge in an epic final showdown. Oh, a battle. That determines the fate of a king's dream for England and Uhtred's hope of securing his family's future. This is where we are. And again, I didn't feel like, wait, what's going on? Who are these characters? Because, maybe I was maybe you chose the episodes well so that I was like, oh, Marlena's possessed by the devil again. Got it. Like, I was.
Vicky Buchanan's in Eterna again.
Yeah.
That was an underground world on One Life to Live. But here's the thing. I think to your earlier point, Mandy, if I had given you 2 different episodes plus the pilot to watch, we would be in the exact same spot that we're in right now. Because when you're talking about... Now, listen, I know, and I'm going to point to one of your favorites, Friends. I know every episode is in Central Perk, their apartment and their apartment, right?
Yeah.
I know that. And if you didn't know the stories that were happening, you'd go, am I watching one episode for 10 years?
Yes. True.
But there we are. If we were to take the Friends reference and bring it all the way back in time to Northumbria,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the same thing. Who knows?
Well,
Some
thank you for
live...
putting it in terms I can understand. I'll be there for you. I wrote, don't the plot lines feel redundant? Ultimatums, betrayals, battles, rinse, repeat. So we are on the same page.
Correct.
Okay, so the blonde lady from Bad Sisters at one point says, don't worry, God is not cruel.
Mm.
And I thought, look around, lady. Like, everyone you love dies. Your village is being burned. Women are raped every day. What do you mean God is not cruel? How could anybody have faith in a benevolent God at this time or today.
Again, I know you put that under an umbrella of sunshine and daisies, which is such a gift you have. But that's the question.
Yeah.
That is the question. And because I don't like to wade too much into anything anymore, but religion certainly, I have my own faith, but how it that too boggles my mind.
Yes.
That and I have a great reverence for those who can, or admiration, I'm not sure what it is, for those who can find faith and place it above all else, and faith meaning whatever the
Right.
the deity is, and place it above all else when Rome is burning, with you in the center of it. I don't get it either.
Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, it's very inspiring, and on the other hand, it feels so stupid and naive, and just like, get out or change your circumstance. Don't keep praying. She's not praying, but she just says that, and it jumped out at me as
that's a
what
major thing to
are
jump
you
out.
thinking? Yeah,
correct, and that's such a great question. And listen, because I watched every episode of the 5 seasons, I would have dreams about the show, and in the dreams, my dreams were doing what you just said, just leave. And I was always trying to find, where could you go at that time,
right.
to escape the
You'd go to Ireland and face the same things.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, to close the gap, I think people are feeling that in today's world of, where would I go if they came and burned my village down?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, wherever we go, let's go together.
Happily.
Sieges, right? Sieges are for turds, someone said in this episode.
Someone famously
bumper
said,
sticker. Yeah. Is it sieges? Yeah, sieges are for turds. Yeah. It just didn't feel like an historically accurate statement that somebody.
Yeah,
would
that's
phrase
very
it that way.
un-Uhtred, and I can't imagine
it was an
Uhtred,
Uhtred
son
who
of
said
Uhtred.
it.
Yeah.
No. Although this episode ends with the same speech. And right, I'm Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Yes. Destiny is all. So I asked, like, does every season end with that? Or
well, I'm going to throw back on you. How did Mr. Rogers end every episode?
I don't remember.
Well,
I was so drunk when I watched Mr. Rogers. I don't know.
If you do as Mr. Rogers does, and you end your episode with the same line all the time, it's called a catchphrase.
Oh, so he does say that at the end of every episode?
No, but he should have, and it is such a great line, and he should have. I mean, it's like, in how many episodes did Valerie Cherish say, "I don't need to see that"?
Yeah. See, you, for a person, I'm calling you out. You said I don't do quotes. You have done so many quotes in the hour we've been together.
Oh, sorry, so I swore.
No, that's what you could swear. But it's so funny that you're like, I don't quote, I don't do it, and you have done it many times.
Oh, God. You know what? Maybe I'm a quotationist.
You are. That's your superhero. The quotationist.
Yep. I'm the quotationist. Okay, fine. Noted.
Question, because I'm always looking for queer undertones and everything. There's Bowl Cut and Timothy Chalamet, and they seem to have a spark. Was there anything between them, or?
Wait a minute. Bowl Cut and Timothy Chalamet is hilarious. I don't know who you're talking about.
The kid with the bowl cut,
bowl cut. Okay, bowl cut. Fair enough.
And his dad, Timothy Chalamet goes up and is like, tell him what you did. Tell I think his son. Bowl Cut is his son.
Without even knowing the exact moment, the answer is of course.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. I
can find queer undertones in anything.
Yeah, well,
that's my superpower.
In a Viking show, it's not very hard.
Oh, okay.
No one's dressed.
Yeah. A lot of loincloths.
Right.
And then I was going to ask, but you answered this. Did you watch the movie, and was it satisfying? Because now everything is doing the series wrapped, so we're going to give everybody a movie at some point. And from what I hear from the beloved nerds in my life, they're often disappointing. And like, you should have just let it lie. Is that how
I
you
was
feel?
disappointed.
Yeah.
It's exactly how I feel. It's two different mediums, um, you know, I'm no expert, but now that I'm like adapting my own work into other things,
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning on a lot of people who know much better than I do that like it's different formats,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to put on a completely different hat. The thing that people love about something like The Last Kingdom is that it's ongoing. It's a soap opera. There, you get a next episode until the end when that's it, and then you go rewatch the series. With a movie, it's too finite, and there's so much story that has to be put into a film
Right.
that the beauty of modern day television with how they make it is you can stretch out
Take your
and be
time.
really nuanced. Yeah,
And in a movie, I would think that they have to be like, well, just in case somebody didn't watch the show, let's give
yes,
them a primer and cram front load the first 15 minutes with backstory and information that you might need. What brought us here today? And to a loyalist, it's like, come on, I know all of this. I watched the whole damn series.
totally,
Man,
totally.
I'm really on point today.
And in fact, I don't recall if in the movie if they did what they tend to do on streamers and cable shows now, which is before each new
Previously
episode,
on, yeah.
previously on,
Hmm.
like previously on Make Me a Nerd.
Yeah, I should do that. I
Oh,
should go
that'd be
over,
funny.
yeah, all. I've done dozens of these things now. I've got stuff to say.
You have got stuff to say, and you could really. I mean, I'm not. It's a gentle pitch, but you could do it in your very funny, brilliant way that you do things, which is previously on Make Me a Nerd, Uhtred, son of Uhtred, and that's it.
Yeah. Well,
Just
I would make like an oh God, what's his name? Sherman or Tom Lehrer and Alan Sherman, the guys who would do funny songs. I would
oh.
I would make a funny song with all the titles of all the stuff I've covered.
Now you're talking about the Sherman brothers, not the
No,
Smothers
Tom
brothers.
Lehrer and oh,
Then
okay.
all I can think of is Ben Folds.
Nerds, help me out. Tom Lehrer, I think that was his name. Oh,
Oh,
Jared
they might be
Kelly.
giants.
No, I'm going back to like the 40s and 50s.
Crash
Uh,
test dummies.
oh my God. Matt, we are done, but I want everyone to know where they can read your work.
Oh
So
yeah.
plug
So
away, my friend.
well, that's very very generous. Thank you. Yeah, you can get all of my books are on sale and available. Folded Notes from High School you can buy at some bookstores that still sell it. Every library, most libraries have it, so you can check it out, or you can get it on Amazon.
Or
Uh,
you go bookshop.org/Bloomsbury to buy it
or
local from my best friend and friend of show, Megan Isser's amazing bookstore in Ashland.
oh, even better,
Bookshop.org. Yeah.
bookshop.org.
You could
That
support
is,
local bookstores.
I love, yes, local bookstores
Yes.
is ideal. And then for my Audible originals for Brackish Waters and Tina Jones and now Minister of Loneliness, you can get them if you are a member of Audible, if you want to become a member of Audible, or if you want to buy them as standalone pieces through Audible's parent company, Amazon.
Okay. And just because we haven't done enough name dropping, who reads Tina Jones for you? Like
Oh,
anyone
Tina
I would
Jones.
know?
Yes,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I wrote it specifically for this brilliant comedic actress, and she's also a great dramatic actress,
Yes.
Retta, famously from Parks and Rec and
Good girls.
Good Girls guy, Good Girls. I always want to
Stupidly
say a Good
talented,
Girls.
brilliant.
So funny and
And
so
then
talented.
Brackish Waters, you went to a community playhouse and found a local gal
I
and
plucked a
gave her a
newbie.
big break, which is
I
so
did.
nice. What's her name?
It was nice of me. She had just had a suitcase and a dream. And I and I said, "Well, I'm a big macha. I can make that dream come true." Um, and yes, it turns out her name is Christina Applegate,
Yeah.
and I think she's got a future. I think she's
Her read of Brackish Waters is perfect. I listened to it twice. Because I love what you wrote, but I'm also so insanely in love with her as a performer that I just couldn't. I can't fathom that simmering comedic rage that she has that I just love so much.
She is so unbelievably gifted.
Yeah.
And a real pioneer of that of a very specific thing that a lot of people have followed. She's amazing.
So everybody's going to listen to and read all of your work.
Yes,
that is
in one sitting,
non-negotiable, right?
Yeah, one sitting.
Wearing their cod pieces and their faces covered in blood. Matt Boren, thank you so much for making me a nerd. And let's do it again. You can pick something else. I didn't know you had such a penchant for nerdery.
Mandy Kaplan, I have a penchant for nerdery, and I have a penchant for nerding out with you.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it's two birds, one stone. I don't know the saying, but listen, it was my absolute pleasure to be with you, and keep up the good work. You're amazing, and people are lucky to get an hour with you.
Bless your heart. Thank you all for listening, and until next time.